chewing through the squashes right now. Because truth be told, none of us get no bitches.
All right, we're on. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Boom. Welcome to Crypto Rap Live. You are watching me. I go by the name of Why Not. The greatest crypto rapper of all time. Greatest crypto streamer of all time. I'm the Weird Al of cryptocurrency. I'm the GOAT. And you are just members of my flock. It's good to have you all here. We're going to look at the hottest, freshest gems in the market. We're going to check out Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, investment, retail, finance. Check, check. Alright, let me send the link around, and let me actually do something I don't usually do. I'm going to send the link like every link. So I'm live on Abstract, I'm live on TikTok. Let me get my X link real quick. Boom, boom. Somewhere in here. Dang, people are fast to tune in. Oh, there's that one. Alright, let's see. Abstract. Da, na, 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 na. Wow, 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 dun, 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 dun. That, boom, boom, and then let me just let's see. Okay, so this one, TikTok. Okay, TikTok. Woo! Yeah. Okay.
Chip my tooth, one nothing when I bit the fruit.
Bit the fruit.
Point, missing try, fill the broom.
Fill the broom.
Game different play with the rules.
With the boom.
I ain't really stay here to choose.
True.
With the goose, can't feel the brain here too. Long distance, who was missing? We was sharing shoes. New views got me in the rain wearing boots. No shoots, but them ladders ain't near the stoop. Move, let it go. Couple memories I left alone. Never know, carve a message out of precious stone. Send them ripples through the windows, separate road. Watch your eyes each time they'll let
TikTok.
you know.
They don't have TikTok in this thing for some reason. Let me just use the Tesla T, I guess.
I probably never spoke. These niggas never know. Watch who you stepping on. Watch who you stepping on.
Yo, okay. Okay, dope. Beam. Okay. Sending it there. Nice. In here. Okay. Dope. There's just one more place I gotta send it. Okay. Nice. Okay, for real this time. We're rolling. Exotic Burrito says thoughts on Degen coin. Let's take a look. So guys, today has been a really great day in the market. In the Crypto Rap Discord, there were 2 separate coins called in the past 24 hours. I think less than that. I think in the past like 18 hours. 2 separate coins that have gone over 100 times. 100 times. 2 100 times calls in the past 24 hours. It's a damn good day in the market, especially considering it's a weekend. Usually stuff wouldn't be moving like that on the weekend, but for whatever reason, 2 100 times calls in a short amount of time. I mean, that's pretty miraculous if you ask me. Let's see. Okay. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. We're gonna take a look at some coins right now. Am I up? Yeah, I'm wide awake, bro. 2 100 times calls in the crypto rap chat today, bro. 2. Like that, we have to be back, right? So somebody said, what about DGen Coin? Here's DGen Coin. 2 months, 27 days old. Bro, you just... What do you want me to say about this? You know that game Line Rider? You know the game that I'm talking about? With the guy that sits on the sled? Alright. You see that? This is what your chart looks like, bro. You are skiing straight to zero. Well done. Send me 0.5 today. Sure, bro. I'll give you 0.5 good vibes. Damn, I invested 10 G's. You invested 10 G's in this? When? How? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? How could you have invested 10 G's in a chart that looks like this? That's absurd, bro. Please tell me you're capping, bro. Please tell me. You can't be serious. Why would you invest that much money in a chart that looks like this, bro? When did you buy? Like, you bought over here? Yeah, you didn't just mess up, bro. You messed up bad. Can it still come up? Absolutely not, bro. This thing's been out for 3 months now. In the past 2 months, it's done nothing but go down. In the past month, it's done nothing but sit there, bro. This was a rug pull. I don't understand. Who tricked you into buying this shit, bro? No. It's terrible, bro. It's one of the worst looking charts I've ever seen, to be honest. But please, Exotic Burrito, there's a couple of lessons to learn from this, right? First things first, you have to pay very close attention to what you're buying. Okay? Narrative matters, community matters, team matters. There's a lot of important things that you need to look at before you buy a coin. This had none of it. This had a terrible narrative, terrible team, and no community. Clearly, by the way that the chart went. Alright? The other thing you need to think, you need to mitigate your losses, bro. You should never be aping 10K into one play, especially not a play that looks like this, bro. Are you serious? Hey, good to see you, God. Mitigate your losses. That 10K, if you had split it up and invested it into even 10 different coins, but honestly, you could split that up into 100 different coins and probably find way better returns than what ended up happening to you, bro. Diversifying your portfolio, being a dynamic market participant, that's important for success, bro. You can't be successful by throwing your full stack into some random bullshit. And then the last thing I would say is, that coin started very tall and went down very fast. Don't jump in a coin when it's already at the top, bro. Don't jump in on top of green candles. Wait till the dip and then scale in. So yeah, I don't know. Learn your lesson and do better next time, bro. Because that actually is one of the worst plays I've ever seen. How's it hanging? I'm big chilling, bro. It's a good day. I was just saying earlier that the Crypto Rap Discord had 2, not 1, but 2, over 100 times calls just today, just in the past 24 hours. One of them went 160 times, and the other one went like 120 times. No, one of them actually went 250 times at this point, I think. So yeah, it's been a damn good day in the market. Let's look at Juice World. I got a level with you, bro. This does not look good at all, bro. And you shouldn't need me to tell you that. Do you see this? What chart formation is this, bro? If I'm TAing, this is a pillar of salt. This is a biblical pillar of salt. Because everyone that's bag holding this is salty as fuck right now, bro. This thing just went straight up and then it fell straight down, bro. There was no no way forward for this, bro. Miserable coin. Look, I love Juice WRLD. He's awesome. But I don't know if he translates to a good token in this market. Like, is it his birthday or something? I don't know. There's no reason why this would moon in the first place. You guys have to think. Timing is important, right? There's things that are trending right now. There's things that are popular. You can't just buy anything. Just because they put it on the blockchain doesn't make it a good investment. You have to be discerning. You have to really think, oh, is this something that's relevant right now? Is this something that other people would appreciate? I love Juice WRLD, again, but now is not the time. There's just no reason. He's not in the news. There's a billion other rap artists out there. It just doesn't make sense. Here's Boopa, the big dog on Boop. It's doing all right. It's not doing as well as I would hope, right? Right out of the gate, on its first day, it did fantastic. Absolutely soaring. Since then, it's been ranging downwards, but it did catch itself here and did start a little bit of an upward momentum with higher lows here. So maybe this is like a long-term play. I do think that the guy who made Boop is kind of like, he's backing it up a little bit. So that could be optimistic for the future. Log says, I put 200 in Boopa at 1 mil and cashed out 1900 at 9 mil. Respect, bro. That's a fantastic play. Do I think you'd be able to make that kind of play again on this? Maybe, honestly. It's at 3 mil right now. If the guy who made Boop continues to back this, if the community's strong, if Boop has some growth as a platform, which is a lot of what ifs. But if it happens, then like you're saying, Log, in a long-term scenario, if the bull run continues, I could see this going up to 30 mil or something like that. Small Dodo. Let's do it. Small Dodo. What? You guys are coming up with the weirdest coins today. This shit is 2 months old. Why the fuck are you bringing this back from the grave? 2 months old? You're trying to revive this coin, bro? Lil bro, go and look at some other shit, bro. There's coins that came out today, coins that came out yesterday that are doing fantastic. I love Dodo. I think it's a cool meme, cool character, but nobody's gonna touch a fucking 2-month-old coin for no reason, bro. It just doesn't make any sense. Here's Fog. Fog, the frog that mogs. This thing was popular a few days ago when we had the little Mog Pit Viper micro bull run meta. Why does it sound like Doechii singing on Anxiety? This thing saw a low of 800k. It's at 2.5 mil right now. This one's a tricky one. I don't know too much about this, honestly. The success of this coin going forward is going to be dependent on how good the community is. So you're going to have to suss that out for yourself, bro. When you jump into the Telegram or the X community or whatever, are people active in there? Are they fighting for this? Because if they are, I could definitely see it continue to move. But honestly, my genuine impression is that this thing's going to end up doing something like this. We'll see, though. Ansem is bull posting Ethereum? That's crazy. Keep them coming, y'all. What other coins should we look at? Let's look at some of these. Bitcoin 100. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Ethereum's at 2,500 right now. That's actually so crazy. But let's look at Bitcoin first. So decent day on Bitcoin here. In the past week, you know, we've seen as low as 93,000. Now it's ranged up to 104k. Really impressive momentum there, and Bitcoin leads the market, right? This should trickle down into other assets pretty soon. Already, major altcoins have also surged, much like Bitcoin, but I'm talking the real down and dirty trenches. This is the kind of movement that gets communities riled up. This is the kind of movement that gets retail jumping back in. And when that happens, we get an influx of liquidity, we get an influx of volume, and a lot of things start to be successful. That's what bull runs are made of, especially down in the deep, dirty DeFi trenches. So I'm really excited about this momentum on Bitcoin and how it's kind of already impacted some of the other major alts. Let's look at Ethereum. This is insanity. This is in 1 week. If you bought Ethereum like even 4 days ago, $1,700 a coin, now up to $2,500. A fucking $800 gain in the price of Ethereum in half a week. Are you serious? It was like everybody was tethered up waiting for a little sign to go, and as soon as that sign came through, it bounced so hard. And it's still going. Like it hit a little bit of resistance here in the 23, 24 range, but then just shredded right back up, and now it's pushing 26. So it could definitely, I think, continue to perform. I'm really hoping that this is the start of a long-term trend. As Justin says in the chat, the floodgates have opened. Hopefully this invites retail. Hopefully we start getting those bigger signs of a better market. Thoughts on trading crypto perpetuals? Me personally, I don't do that shit. So I don't have any thoughts on it. I prefer to spot trade meme coins for sure. XRP down here at $2.10, and then you see here we're at $2.40, so a 35-cent gain in the past half a week. Again, really good stuff. Not quite as much performance as, for example, Ethereum or even Solana, but still doing well. And I know that you guys on TikTok love XRP, so that's a good sign. Let's look at BNB. Again, a straight beeline to some higher market caps. 580 at the bottom, 650, even 680 at the top. So cheeky little $100 gain. Nice little 20% overall. It's not bad at all. Really good movement from these coins. Let's look at Solana. Another really impressive gain. From 140 up to 175 and pushing potentially 180, 190, maybe even crossing back over 200. If it does, Bitcoin might be pushing 110, which is all-time high-ish. Ethereum might, and you know, knock on wood, Ethereum might go back to fucking 3,000. If it does, I will eat a shoe on stream. But this market is crazy. This is unlike anything we've seen for a long time. Things are looking up for sure. If you guys have kind of, you know, shied away from the market, you guys are retail, you're fair weather friends, you don't want to trade when it's bearish, now's the time to jump back in. Like I said earlier, Crypto Rap Discord had not one, but two 100 plus times calls today alone. One was a 160 times, the other was a 250 times. The market's back. Those coins launched today, and they saw multi-100x that people had an opportunity to get in on. Great time to jump back in. Not financial advice, do your own research. Maybe we all come crashing down tomorrow. But the past 4 days have been the most bullish that we've seen any market for months. Actually, since last year, probably. Shout out to Mr. Beast. Is that Mr. Beast's girlfriend? Huh. Shout out to Mr. Beast for exploring multiple ancient temples, though. That fool is definitely coming up on some forbidden knowledge. ZBCN. Zebek Network. Bro, I've had people come and bring this to my shit before. Let's pull this up. All I want you to see, bro, is that the whole... Oh, wait. Is this... The whole fucking market is up 20, 30%. You're really going to bring me a coin that's down 11% on the daily candle, bro? Are you serious? Literally any other coin would be outperforming this right now. This is hot garbage, bro. Who even knows what Zebek Network is? Like, I don't know, bro. I can't be bullish on this shit. It's honestly hot garbage. Let's look at Hype. Hype up a little bit. 1965 at the bottom and now 25 at the top. This is moving fantastic. I'm not going to crunch the numbers on that, but I think that's almost like a 25% gain in half a week, which is really great price performance. You guys have to realize, right? You probably come from like a normie investment background, S&P 500, Forex, Robinhood, all that bullshit. Do you know how long it takes to get a 30% return playing the boomer markets? Like if you're doing fucking S&P 500 trading, it takes fucking years to get a 30% return. Here in crypto, you get it in literally half a week. In half a fucking week, we're up 30%. Are you kidding me? Sui. Sui's another one that was up 30% when this market really popped off. Let's take a look at the chart. Seeing as low as $3.20 and now touching $4, sitting on top of $4. So pretty much almost a dollar gain. Fantastic momentum coming out of what is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting burgeoning blockchains. A lot of great projects migrating over to Sui. A lot of talented builders that are making stuff happen over there. I'm optimistic about the future of Sui. And with a price like $4, it's hard to fade. Uni, like Uniswap. As Ethereum surges, so shall the major Ethereum players, and Uniswap is no exception. From 480 up to 713. That's almost a 50% gain. Are you kidding me? Really, really impressive stuff coming out of Uni. Wow. And this isn't the only one. Let's take a look at Pepe, right? Pepe is another one that skyrocketed. And then even when it's trying to retrace, it keeps going. I mean, this thing flew. Again, like a 30%. Really good stuff. Half a week, 30% gains across the board. You can't fade a market time like that. What alts are interesting? All of them right now, bro. We've just been through a handful, and every single one is up double digits on the week. Look at the 7-day. Let's see who's moving the most. Pepe is up 63% in the past 7 days. If you showed a boomer a 63% gain in half a week, they would have a heart attack, actually, unironically. Arbitrum up 50%. How the fuck did Arby do that? That's crazy. I can't believe this, honestly. Some really great gains. Doge. Even fucking Doge is up 40%. If you sad, sorry bastards aren't swimming in the market right now, you are sidelined on one of the greatest weeks we've seen in a year. This is really, really good stuff. I mean, my goodness gracious. Crazy. Shout out to J Jams. Wow. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. This is what dreams are made of. Bow, 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 bow. Kaspa? Yeah, let's look at Kaspa. I was looking at Kaspa like 2 or 3 days ago. Let's take a look. In market times like now, you can't throw a stone in the market without hitting a mooner, bro. It doesn't matter what coin it is. Kaspa seen as low as 8 cents, now touching 10 cents. You know, it's alright. Cheeky little maybe 15% gain on the week chart. It's alright. It's alright. I'm not particularly bullish about Kaspa, honestly. I don't really care for it. But everything's moving. 28 says, trading mentality off this morning. For sure gave back profits. FOMOing after clipping Milady early. Damn, bro. Taking notes is the right move, though. There are opportunities out there. You saw it in Crypto Rap Chat, bro. There was like 2 multi-100x coins in the chat today. So it's a good time. Wahib says, what coins are you bullish on? Bro, I just said like fucking 20 coins that I'm bullish on, bro. You want me to grab your portfolio and ape into shit for you? There's so many good coins in the market right now. And none of them are altcoins either, bro. I'm bullish on Solana meme coin trenches right now. I think there's a lot of great mooners in the Solana meme coin trenches. I already said it. Look at fucking useless coin right now. Do you see this chart? Are you seeing this? This thing sat for literally over 4 hours below 300k market cap. Now it's pushing 11 million. You had so much time to scale into this, you would have done like a fucking 40 times just today. Just in the past, it's not even 9 hours old yet. So you're asking me about altcoins. You're like, what should I buy? Should I buy Ethereum, Solana, Sui, XRP? Bro, hit the trenches, lil bro. They just did they outpaced all of them in less than 9 hours. I don't know what to tell you, bro. High risk, high reward. If you're playing with a little bit of money, which I'm assuming you are because you're asking people in TikTok chat how to invest, go to the trenches. You know, high risk, high reward. Odds are you're going to lose it all right away, but if you're mitigating your losses, if you're doing your good research, due diligence, and figuring out what projects are actually worth having conviction in, you're going to see tremendous amount of success. This is the market conditions that dreams are made of, bro. If you're in the right place at the right time, one play will change your whole fucking life, bro. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying it's possible, and I am saying it's happening every day. Dragorian says, what are you trading and on what? Well, this is just Deck Screener. I'm not trading anything right now. You should probably use Axiom or some shit if you're trying to trade Solana meme coins. I've got BullX pulled up here just because I like how the UI looks on stream. But yeah. Hey, thanks for the heart, Xanders. I really appreciate that. Nick Steph says, Crypto Rap, what do you recommend to buy? I don't. I would never recommend a coin for you guys to buy. I literally don't care about your money. You could lose it all. I would not mind at all. Nobody actually is going to care about your money. If you ask that question to anybody, what do you recommend to buy? They're just going to tell you to buy some shit that they already hold so that they can sell on you, bro. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm more interested in you figuring out how to navigate this market by yourself. If you have to ask people what to buy, you're not going to make it. That's just a rule, bro. It's the way the game works. Straight up, have some confidence, bro. Jump in the trenches and start learning. You're going to lose, don't get me wrong. But if you're only playing with like 50 cents, $1 at a time, the gas fees are low enough that you can do that. And if you hit a fucking 300x on $5, you made over $1,000. I mean, right place, right time is what matters here, bro. Let's look at some other stuff. Titcoin. Pretty decent momentum here. Shop the Hall says, got to do your own research. It's the #1 rule. And you know what? I'm going to be more serious about telling people that too. Because I think the crypto market has a serious problem right now. It's a culture problem. There is a massive culture problem across every chain where every investor, for some reason, is a whiny crybaby that cannot take responsibility for their own financial decisions. For some reason, every investor, the vast majority, 80-90% of investors, are literally sheep that are asking to be herded to the slaughter. They are all just begging KOLs to tell them what to buy. They're all tracking Gake's wallet to see what they should buy. They're all tracking POW. They're all tracking etc. etc. Don't copy trade. Find the play first. That's how you make it. But 90% of people are going to buy some shit that somebody else bought, even though the literal mechanics of that are that somebody has a better position than you and you bought just so they can sell on you. And then they cry and they bitch and they moan when it goes down. What the fuck do you think is supposed to happen? You and everybody else jumped in when you asked when to buy that shit, bro. Jump in the trenches, lil bro. Find your own way. That's the only way you're gonna make it. You have to be a grown adult about this. You have to take responsibility for your own financial decisions. Do your own research is a core principle of cryptocurrency. I don't want to hear the bitching and moaning. Crypto Granny says that's awesome, but doesn't give me a like, doesn't give me a repost, doesn't give me a comment. Make it make sense, Crypto Granny. I appreciate the DM and the kind words, but that doesn't do shit for my engagement. Titcoin up major today, 19 mil on the bottom, 64 mil on the top. Again, you're looking at like a 3x just in half a week. There are some fantastic plays out there. Troll has been pretty persistent, but something tells me that it's falling out of style and it's not gonna maintain. Let's pull up the Troll chart. And then we'll look at Trencher, because that's another one that I want to see succeed. Well, actually, yeah, they're doing all right. They're having a little bit of trouble up there, but they're hanging in there for sure. Your mom. Let's look at your mom. Dragorian says, what tools do you use to research? So this right here is called Deck Screener. This is how you see like trending tokens, you see market cap, you see volume, you see all the quantitative metrics. And then if you scroll down into the project description, they'll have the links and stuff for the projects. That's where you see the qualitative metrics. You have to jump into X, you have to jump into their website, you have to jump into their Telegram to see what they're really about. The other place that you should research is in a community. You got to find other people that are in the trenches just like you, that you can talk to, that you can ask questions of, who are also calling coins and talking about coins. And I've got one for you, bro. There's a totally free Discord. I just pinned it in the chat right now. It's the Crypto Rap Discord. There's 2,000 plus people in there. I was saying on stream earlier, we had a 160 times call in there today, and then we had a 260 times call in there today. 2 separate coins hitting that 100 plus multiplier in the chat today. So be there or be square is what I'll say, because there's no chance in heaven or hell that you guys yeah, you're not doing better than that. Let's look at Catfish. I'm looking at your mom, and honestly, I'm disappointed. And I know you probably hear that a lot, but your mom is disappointing me right now. She used to be running pretty hard. She used to be up there. She used to be fat. Now she's become emaciated. She's fallen down like, I don't know, a third of the market cap that she used to be at. Bro, pick your mom up, bro. Somebody got to go help your mom. It's crazy. Crazy. Someone, oh, shout out the boy. Shout out the boy Elite. I thought you were married to your mom? Hell nah, bro. I wouldn't go near that with a 50-foot pole. I Am My Cat says, got me some penguins? What is that? Is there a coin called penguins? Or are you talking pudgy penguins? Catfish? Let's look at catfish. Pudgy penguins? You have pudgy penguins, or you mean Pengu, the token? Pudgy penguins have a floor of like 10 ETH or something, right? Am I tripping? Did you suddenly become an overnight millionaire? Oh yeah, you bought some Pengu. Pengu's hella good. Is a decent coin. I'm optimistic about the future of Pengu. Yeah, the team works hard and it keeps going up, so it's not a bad long-term hold in my opinion. Yo, Methadone, I see you've been asking about this catfish coin, bro, but why do you need me to talk to you about this? Can't you see for yourself that this shit is fucking cooked left and right? Like, this thing is Gordon Ramsay level chefed up, bro. This thing is over. This is long gone. Why the fuck would you ever buy a coin with a chart like this? I was seeing this shit. Oh, 2 minutes old. I'm on the wrong one. Let's see. Something that's 2 minutes old. Oh, this one right here. Now, this one just got rug pulled. What goes up must come down, bro. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Maybe if you had asked me 5 minutes ago, I could have given you a better assessment. Nick Steph says, what gave you the biggest profit? There's been a couple coins that have given me biggest profit. I won't say specific names of coins, but I will tell you what strategies gave me the biggest profit is 2 different strategies. The first is very high risk, very high reward. The biggest profit I've got from trenching is from literally blind aping new pairs that just had barely the right amount of quantitative metrics that I thought it could be viable. You have to develop a real keen sense to quickly assess whether or not a coin is worth buying and then ape in literally within the first 3 minutes. So using that strategy, and that's a strategy where you lose 80-90% of the time, but that, 10% really makes up for it because you're getting early entries sometimes on projects that do quite well. I've turned fucking $100 into 15K in 3 hours aping like that. Now, if you're talking about the other side of things, if you want to mitigate the loss and not do the quick jumping into coins thing, finding high conviction long-term holds and actually having the fucking balls to long-term hold that shit is essential. It's essential. If you find a top quality play, a coin that's going to be viable long-term, you scale in relatively early. It doesn't have to be that early. Like, as long as you get in within the first month. In some cases, I got into a coin, the second week it came out, but I held it for literally months, like literally 8-9 months. And as the market grew, so did the coin, and I saw insane returns. Those are the 6-figure plays. The six-figure single trades. So yeah, two sides of the same coin. Both profitable, both viable, but kind of depends on how much risk tolerance you have. Justin says Bitcoin mooning. It really is. It's doing pretty well. Good stuff over there on Bitcoin. Huh? Yeah. Sounds like people come up with satirical coins to prove people would buy anything based on name only. Yes. And that's not a bad thing. You know, that's how Fartcoin operates, for example. Nick Steph says, do you invest only in meme coins? Yeah, me personally, I pretty much exclusively invest in meme coins. I hold the alts that happen to be on the meme coin chain. Like when I'm doing Solana meme coin trading, I do hold a lot of Sol just by virtue of the swap. But yeah. Umang says Solana price prediction in 2025. Solana is going to $3,000 a coin in 2025. Not financial advice, do your own research. We're seeing a 10x from previous all-time high on Solana. What kind of a question is that, bro? You think I have a crystal ball? You think I can see the future? O2 code 02 says you hold bonk. Like not as a large position that I'm scaled into, just because I showed up to bonk pretty late. You would have had to be there like very early in their career. But I use BonkBot frequently, so I do have bonk. Gregorian says your thoughts on XRP. XRP is going to continue to be underwhelming in my opinion. Like it had its good time on the run from 60 cents up to $3, but now it's a different game. I think other alts are going to soar past it. Sui, Solana, Ethereum, you name it. I don't think XRP is going to have the same weight as those. It rode up because of a lot of rumors. None of those rumors materialized. When the rumors finally materialize, people are going to sell the news. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be that good. The Discord's pinned right there in the chat. Chop the halls. I'm actually going to end the stream right now because I'm going to go make dinner. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Join that Discord if you're not in there already. We had 2 100 times calls in there today. 2 100 times calls in there. So you got to jump in on that. This fool Nick Steph is my fucking CIA agent or what, bro? You got to chill out, bro. Stop asking all those personal questions. I live at your mama's house. Alright. Take care, y'all. I swear, bro. The feds hire the dumbest fucking interns. I would be a way better fed than these nerds, bro. Jumping into... Your mom is dead? Then why do you think I'm living in her house, bro? She's not living in it. My God. I mean, no offense, bro. Respect. All love and respect to your mother, bro. But you walked right into that one. Mogo Lyrics says, Stickman. Let's look at it. Chill, just joking. I'm not, bro. You should call her, bro. You should see if she's okay. Stickman's making a great recovery today. 1 mil up to 3 mil is not bad at all. This thing is moving decent. Alright, anyways, for real, I gotta go right now. So, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to have you guys. Join that Discord if you're not in there already. And please, for the love of God, you guys are watching me stream right now on TikTok. You're not getting paid for this. You're not making any money from watching me on TikTok right now. But there is a place on the blockchain where you could actually earn from watching me. You go to abs.xyz. This is not some kind of like shill, not some kind of scam. This is legit. This is a blockchain, a layer 2 blockchain made by the same team that made Pudgy Penguins, the biggest NFT project in the world. Pengu, the biggest meme coin on Solana for a while. abs.xyz, that's the abstract chain. The abstract L2 of Ethereum. And on this platform, they have streamers. You can watch streams. You see down here, you see the streamers on the bottom there? You can watch streams on this platform, and when you watch the streams, you'll earn XP and become eligible for airdrops. So you could actually make fucking money from watching streams. Methadone says the site's a drainer. Good, it might as well be a drainer, because you don't even need to connect your fucking wallet to go in here. Everything is in-house. All you have to do is sign in your fucking Google account or your Apple or whatever bullshit account you use for everything else. there's no, like, you could connect your wallet if you wanted, but it's not compatible with Phantom Wallet, so they're not going to take your 0.1 Sol. But this is legit. It's literally by the team that made Pudgy Penguins. It's one of the biggest, coolest blockchain inventions of all time. I stream on Abstract every time that I'm streaming on TikTok. So if you watch me on Abstract, you will be doing the same thing you're doing right now, but you will actually potentially earn from it. So go and check it out, guys. I say that because I'm a big fan of the platform. I say that because I want a bigger audience on that platform. And if I can open the portal and get you guys jumping over from TikTok over to Abstract, it would be fucking dope. This is really the consumer blockchain of the future. Streaming, gaming, dApps, you name it, it's got it. abs.xyz is the site. So I'll see you guys over there. I'll see you guys over in my Discord. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you. Peace out. God bless you. God bless your portfolio. God bless this wonderful market that we're in right now, because shit keeps mooning. Shit keeps mooning very well. Join that Discord if you're not there already. Hit that follow button if you're not there already. I gotta take off, but I'll be back later today. So I'll see you guys then. Be well. Cheers.